Tupac or Biggie? Which one would you go
Tupac.
to? You didn't even think about it.
No.
Tupac. Why Tupac?
Because he sang better about life, realism in life. You know, Biggie sang about how his life sucked to an extent, but he didn't sing about how everybody's life sucks. Tupac really emphasized that. He showed what it was like in the ghetto and the hood from his perspective, not what happened to him in the ghetto and the hood. It was what he saw in the hood, how it affected other people in the hood, his mom and everybody like that. Like he really sang to everybody rather than Biggie just like, listen to what I got to say about my shitty life, you know. And don't get me wrong, I respect Biggie because of his he had a little I don't mind Biggie stuff. I like Tupac's better. It's just better flow and stuff like that. So
okay, Eazy-E or Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
I find Ice Cube was more of a man to where when things were going down with NWA and stuff like that, Ice Cube stepped off and he's like, no, man, if you guys want to do it that way, you do your own thing. I'm going to do my thing. And he did it well. And he even stepped up to NWA afterwards and was like, look at me now. What you got? And then, you know, it's kind of a little beef there, but he showed that he could get his own respect without them. I don't need you. I can do me and I'm still doing fine. So, you know, he's kind of been a sellout lately. But I mean, he's getting older, right? He can't be holding it down. I mean, even Snoop Dogg will look like a goddamn 7-foot tall skeleton walking around, still getting his shit on. But he's selling out like crazy now because he can't do anything else, man. Can't hold down the gangster rap at 75 with a walker. So. It's true. It's true.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Top 3 favorite artists.
Well, Michael Jackson is my favorite of all time. He's the best entertainer of all time. I mean, Mike had a lot of weirdness going on in his life, sure. But he was the best entertainer of all time by far. Nobody is going to top him because he actually changed the industry in a lot of ways. Whether it be dance, whether it be choreos, whether it be just singing, and even a lot of the music he put out was very powerful as well. So Mike, I really like Mike. Grew up with him, and he was amazing. Rage Against the Machine, they speak the truth. They got that nice classic rock feel to them, but their lyrics are kind of like hip-hop based.
Oh, okay.
So they're like very powerful. You want to train good? Listen to Rage Against the Machine, but listen to the message too. It's the problem. They got awesome beats, but they got a real good message too. You got to listen to that as well. After that, I kind of started like an Usher because Usher formed his own way of being as well. You know, he's a good dancer. He was a b-boy for a bit there, and then he just decided to do his own thing. A little bit. It wasn't amazing, but he did some stuff in the 90s. And then he started doing his own thing, and then he stepped up and started doing a producing thing, right? And that's the thing. Like, I respect that from Dre, you know, and him as well. I like the producer aspect of it.
What's your favorite artist of all time?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson? Yeah. You been in one of his concerts, no?
No. I wish. I was so sad when he died. I even almost cried about it because I was like, I didn't get to go to a concert. I fucking died.
Favorite album of all time?
Album?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Sex Packets.
Sex Packet?
Yeah, by Digital Underground. Yeah.
Damn, that's underground, eh? Never heard of that one.
Digital Underground? Humpty Dance. The Humpty Dance is your chance. Do the hump.
No.
Do what you like. Yeah, it's still pretty dope.
I'll check that out. If you could hang out with one person in the world, who would you hang out with? Just one person. Interesting person. Like, this motherfucker I would hang out with. Like, literally, this is, you know?
Oh, these are pretty good questions. I never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Deep, I guess. If I could hang out with one person, and it doesn't matter who it is, actually I'd like to hang out with Bill Gates.
Bill Gates?
Yeah.
Why Bill Gates?
Because I want to understand the mind of a psychopath, and I want to see what it's like firsthand. Because he really believes in what he believes in, right?
Yeah.
So whether or not he's doing all these bad things that people believe in, all these conspiracy theories, he truly believes in it. So it's something of interest to me to understand how you believe in that so much. And maybe I'll understand a little bit of where his craziness comes from. Because he obviously did a lot of things that were positive for society to an extent. Yeah. But, you know, he's got a lot of stuff that we don't know about that, you know, it's on the shady side. So it'd be nice to understand that. If he'd be open about it, that'd be nice.
Hey, Bill Gates, you know who to call.
Right here, buddy.
Yeah.
You got my number.
And he's a fighter, though, so just have your boxing gloves ready. So.
Celebrity boxing match with Bill Gates would be amazing.
That would be nice, eh?
Amazing. Oh, yeah. I would knock the Microsoft out of you, buddy. I just called out Bill Gates.
That's fucked up. Okay. Old school and new school music.
What are we talking old school? A lot of kids nowadays think old school is 10 years ago.
2010 up.
Is new school?
New school in 2010.
Oh, old school by far.
Old school?
Yeah, by far. The 90s is the best era.
Hip hop or country music?
Hip hop.
Yeah. Afrobeat or reggae?
I kind of grew up on reggae, but I do like Afrobeats. So,
Afrobeat?
yeah.
Reggaeton or Afrobeat?
Reggaeton. I find it's easier to dance to and get sexy with it and stuff like that.
He's married to a Latina. So,
yeah.
big hint. Big hint. You know? I already knew the answer for that one. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but I really like Dumb and Dumber. So, because I like the freedom of being a child and just doing whatever you think and saying whatever you want and not caring or not realizing, whichever comes first. I myself just don't care. What happens because I'm not intentionally trying to hurt anybody or do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that's the repercussions of my idiocy, and that's what happens in life sometimes. And sometimes it's me that gets the problems after. But hey, I'm willing to live with that.
Good. Favorite show?
I don't really watch TV shows, so I don't know. What do you mean, like
TV show like Prison Break, Money Heist?
I've only watched Game of Thrones, so
Do you like that?
Honestly,
Game of Thrones?
It was a really well shot show. I really liked the film in it and the videography in it. Amazing for that. The storyline was okay. Yeah. I'm really big on dragons, so I would prefer more of the dragon stuff. Yeah. But even that new one, the spin-off for it, House of Dragons or whatever, I didn't get into that because they switched the cast after like three episodes. They switched the entire cast. I was like, okay, that's whack. I'm not into that.
I don't like non-realistic movies. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
I like cartoons. Don't get me wrong. Cartoons amazing. But movies like zombie stuff, I don't like that shit.
No. Oh, you're talking
Breaking
about
Bad.
that Walking Dead or whatever?
Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, no, I never get into that.
Like,
stuff. I never watched TV shows in the 90s though. Like in the 90s, a lot of the kids were watching. Well, Friends was big, Seinfeld was big. Yeah. A lot of that stuff. I never watched any of that stuff because I was really into sports as well. So I was too busy training or just outside playing, and I skateboarded and BMX as well when I was a teenager. So I didn't get into shows too much.
You did BMX?
Yeah, for 10 years, BMXing and skateboarding. I still skateboard now, but
this guy, his age is different, but his body is like a 18-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
I like to think so.
No, this guy can do parkour. Or you go?
It's tricking and b-boying. Yes,
but I can't even do that. That's crazy. Well, it's a choice. Remember that.
Exactly. You can choose to sit on your ass and drink beer and eat pizza, or you can get your ass out and do some cool stuff and be energetic and healthy.
Yeah. Okay. Overrated or underrated? Weddings. You know these big weddings. Having a big wedding.
Big weddings, they're overrated. You can have a big wedding still, but not have to be so fancy with the money. Yeah. You know, you can have a lot of people over and just have a nice big party. That's still a big wedding, but it's not an expensive wedding. So, you want to spend $50,000 on your wedding, or you want to buy a house? Choice. So
that's gonna hit a lot of people, and they're not gonna like it.
I don't
you should have told me like 30 years ago when I was getting married.
You got to think about it. I mean, girl's gonna spend $2,000 to $5,000 on her dress she's gonna wear once, and then put it in a box for what? Her daughter's not gonna wear that dress because by the time her daughter's old enough to get married, that dress will be out of style.
Yeah.
So a lot of these hopes and dreams of people. Again, we're back at trying to be like the Johnsons and trying to be like the Davidsons, and I want to have as much money as them and have the better wedding than them. It doesn't matter. You're not going to take that with you when you go. Nobody's going to remember that when they talk about your wedding in 20 years. All they're going to remember is that Johnny got drunk and peed in the flower pot. They're not going to remember anything else to do with your wedding. Those $150 centerpieces you bought don't mean shit because you're just going to give them away to somebody afterwards anyways, so you pay for their gift.
That's a good message. College education.
Nah, overrated by far.
Yeah?
Yep.
What do you think that?
I never went to college or university. I could have. I just chose not to because I got into the working force, sucked into the factory world, which... at first it was a good thing because I made a lot of money, but then you realize that, you get that opportunity to understand whether or not this is for you or not. And a lot of kids don't get that. When they go to university or college, the majority of kids that come out of university and college, it's a high percentage of them actually end up in factory work anyways. So they spend all that money, get all that debt for an education they're not going to use and end up in a fact anyways. So why not just spend that 4 years in a factory and learn you didn't like it and then push yourself to do something better for yourself.
Exploding early.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Oh, just Beyonce in general?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say? Yeah, I don't like Beyonce. Totally overrated. So I think she stole a lot from Destiny's Child, and her dad produced it. So it's she's not a bad singer. Don't get me wrong, and she has some pretty decent songs. But being that she bounced onto Jay-Z, that just kind of boosted her into stardom for no reason, really. Jay-Z.
You think Jay-Z boosted her, or she boosted Jay-Z?
No. Jay-Z was already on his way there.
How about Rihanna?
Nope, don't like Rihanna either. Again, same thing. Jay-Z boosted Rihanna for no reason at all, and Rihanna can't even sing. She has a couple good songs she actually sings well on, but other than that, she's not a good singer. At least Beyonce learned to sing better after Destiny's Child.
Cooking at home.
For sure. It's not overrated at all. It's the most underrated thing actually in our society today. Because when you cook at home, you're spending more time and effort on something you appreciate, you're going to like, and you're going to make something that is good for you. Nobody sits at home and makes the most fattest, grossest thing they can eat.
Unless they're lazy.
They'll go out and buy that shit in a pizza place, but they're not going to make it at home. When you're at home, you want to put chicken, you want to put green peppers and onions on it, but when you go to the pizza place, give me the greasiest, cheesiest motherfucker you can give me. I want it falling all over me, and I better come out fat when I'm done with this shit, you know what I'm saying? So, it's true. That's just how life is. People want it easy and greasy as quick as they can get. And that's the problem. But when you put effort into it, you want it to be so perfect and nice that it's good for you, but good to you. And that's the problem.
Good for you, good to you.
Cook at home, man. It takes a little bit extra time, but it saves a whole lot of money and your health. So.
Swimming.
Oh, swimming's underrated for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because if the global warming is going to drown us all, we're going to have to know how to fucking swim because there ain't enough boats. We all need to learn how to swim.
Yoga.
Yoga, it depends on the age. I think yoga is really good for you in a lot of ways. Do you necessarily have to join a yoga club? No. You can do it all at home. I do yoga. I do it in the mornings, but it's literally a 10 to 15 minute session. I don't spend an hour and a half. Namaste, no, whatever. I'm getting my what I need, and that's it. It depends on your age, though.
Online shopping.
It's hard because the quick and easiness of it is there, but a lot of the times I find you're looking at something online and it looks amazing in that picture, and then when it comes home,
boom,
you get it home and it's like it's smaller, it's uglier than you thought it was, and it comes in this shitty non-marked package out of China, and you don't even know what it is half the time. You didn't realize it was made out of plastic. You thought it was metal. So that's the problem. When you can hold it in your hand, it's real, and that's the problem with this digital currency thing too. If you can't hold it in your hand, it's not really real. You don't own shit.
If you could eat one food for a year, what would you eat?
I have to eat it every day?
Yeah, like a plate of something for 1 year.
For 1 year.
This is like recession. You're gonna have to. This is like the government saying this is the only thing we're gonna provide.
Chicken, rice, and broccoli.
Yeah. That's your shit.
That's what I go.
How you like how you like your rice?
I know I pressure I rice cooker it. Yeah. It's easier. I used to do it in a pot, but it's so much more work.
Should soda be banned?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
Diabetes.
That was a good answer because that's direct.
It's diabetes. That's all it is.
What's your advice for overweight people?
That's a good one.
You're the only person after that.
You have a choice. And the problem...
I'm not laughing. I'm not.
The problem is that people choose the wrong choices.
Yeah.
And it's so evident because there's nobody in the world that is fat from any disease. It doesn't matter what disease it is. You do not get fat from diabetes. You do not get fat from thyroid problems. Those are problems that can compound if you gain weight. And the problem with it is that you become depressed because you have those situations going on in your life, and you blame that. So then you blame your depression on that. Then you blame your eating on that. Then you blame your not being athletic on that, and then getting fatter on that. There's so many people that use weight gain as an issue that started from something else. That's impossible. You chose to stop doing certain things and then you gained the weight. There's nothing about it that said you were born fat. You just stopped something, you gained weight. It's like pregnant people. I had a baby. You had a baby. You didn't eat the baby, so that's why you're fat. Like, you chose to stop doing things. Your metabolism slows down and you chose to let it stay down, and then you beat yourself up about it and do the vicious cycle of eating and all that other stuff. But you can choose. I know many, many girls that have had a baby and 6 months later they're in a fitness competition. So if they can do it, Why can't you? And the problem is a lot of people don't think they can.
Yeah.
And then if they let it go too long, it becomes really hard to get
Body
back into
positivity
it.
shit.
And that's the problem, is a lot of people let things go way too long to where they just feel like, I'm never going to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
You don't have to get back to where you were. Get back to where you're happy, where you're comfortable, where you're healthy.
Yeah.
And that's the thing people need to see. You're never going to be that size 2 you were in high school. That's why you're not in high school anymore, because you're not a size 2. You know, you don't have to be a size 2. Be a size 10, but be a healthy size 10. Be active. Run around with your kids.
It's something you can't fake. Being fat, you can't fake.
Exactly. You know, how many fat people you see wearing spandex? Spandex was not designed for fat people, okay? You know, that's like a bag of marshmallows melted next to the toaster hanging out the side there. It's not like, honestly, like, people need to, again, it's a choice. You can wear whatever you want to wear, and a lot of people say, oh, I own it. I wear it because I love it and I want to feel sexy and everything like that. But do you really feel sexy? And that's the problem. A lot of people aren't honest with themselves.
Yeah,
you're not choosing to be honest with yourself, so you're trying to lie to everybody else as well. Because you think if you lie to everybody else, and they maybe feed into that you'll believe your own lies, but you're not comfortable with yourself. Make that choice to change what you want to change, and then you'll be confident with yourself, and you can exude anything. Doesn't matter if you're a size 2 again, as long as you're a healthy, happy, confident size 8, that's fine. But when you're an unconfident size 12 trying to lie to everybody that you're an 8 and believing you can fit in a 2, that's not going to flow. Everybody's going to call you out on that who actually thinks better. The people who are telling you that you're beautiful and they can see you're not confident, they're not good friends. They're not good people. Those aren't the people who are going to boost you up. Those are the people who are going to keep you where they are because they feel shitty about themselves. They don't want you to feel good about yourself.
They want you to be
man, you can't be better than me in your attitude and your confidence. No way. We got to stay on the same level or we won't be friends anymore. No, man, that's not what friends are about. Friends are about pushing each other up, boosting each other, helping each other. No, and that's what it's all about, right? People got to look for that.
Are people getting more sensitive nowadays than 20 years ago? 20 years ago, as
yeah, for sure. Everybody's a bitch now. They're all little kids. They're all whiny babies about everything. You can't say anything. I'm sure in this video I've hurt a lot of feelings, but I don't. Fuck off with your feelings. I don't care. So, because real men are the ones who are going to fight the wars, not these sissy fucking keyboard warriors and their fucking Woklahoma and Okinawa shit.
Playing Call of Duty?
Like, yeah, man, what are you going to do with all that stuff? You know, we had the kids in the 80s that played the Dungeons and Dragons, but they actually knew a lot of the stuff. They were active. They were out riding their bikes and everything like that. Everybody's seen Stranger Things. Those kids ride their bikes like crazy. Nowadays, kids just fucking go on the VR system and act like they're riding a bike around. Like, it's just stupid. Pass me a pizza, Ma. You know what I mean? Like, choice, man. It's all about choice. You can choose to be a bitch or you can choose to be a man.